Jackie Chan, action hero and screen legend. Star of over 100 movies. But Jackie is changing it up.
My latest action adventure is a little bit different. I'm looking for a new kind of a hero.
Green heroes like Arthur Huang, a groundbreaking engineer battling the world's environmental issues. They're going on an adventure.
Why is so difficult?
To test their brand new recycling machine in the harshest of environments.
Too cold. 转身，走。
It will push them and their machine to the limit.
So many problems we don't know.
Oh, fuck. Everything is destroyed.
Destroyed?
On the back of these trucks is a potential revolution in the world of recycling. The result of years of work and great expense. A key funder is Jackie Chan. His passion for green technology has its origins in his years making movies.
Making a film. It's terrible disaster. We build a set, exploding. We build a table, crashing. We bought a new car, boom, crash again. Every car you have to buy is exactly the same, like 4 or 5. Waste so many things. So what I'm doing right now, just redemption. I hope if that's real Buddha or God, forgive me. Now I'm redemption myself. I hope one day when I die, not in the heaven, not in the hell, in the middle. Just in both sides. See the bad guy, see the good guy.
Joining Jackie on his path to redemption is Arthur Huang, a green engineer, architect, and National Geographic emerging explorer. In fact, Jackie enlisted Arthur's help after seeing him on a National Geographic documentary.
Designer Arthur Huang is gambling his reputation on constructing a showpiece out of recycled plastic bottles.
I pick up the phone, I just waiting, what's his name?
Pushing us.
Waiting until there's something, Arthur. Okay, Arthur, then they call my office.
Since then, Arthur has provided the technical expertise in the partnership.
For myself, it's called anger management. As a designer, as an architect, as an engineer, your mandate is to make better world. But you get angry at looking at people making fancy stuff, has no consideration for the environment.
Arthur and his company, MiniWiz, are stunt artists of green tech. They have used trash to construct the spectacular. From installations to a complete building and even a plane. It's all about creating a circular economy where waste is treated as a valuable resource.
I think the future of a circular system must be decentralized. So the decentralizing system has to be a robust mini manufacturing plant that doesn't cause damage to the environment, and you can continue to take back the material within the community.
The latest invention is the circular economy in miniature. A fully mobile recycling and manufacturing plant that takes the fight against plastics to the most remote parts of the world. But this is just a prototype, and it needs to be tested in the harshest of environments. The place they have chosen is the county of Zaduo on the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, where Arthur and his team of engineers are nervously waiting.
We are doing the ultimate test at the moment. It cannot have more gruesome environmental condition.
Zaduo lies 2.5 miles above sea level, where there is 40% less oxygen. It's late October, and the temperature regularly plummets to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. It has already claimed a victim.
I just got a phone call. The truck broke down at 4,700 meters. It's almost sunset, so this is a problem because we will have hard time setting up at night without any power. So for sure, the setup will be at late night tonight.
Jackie and Arthur have designed their machine to battle a global enemy. A tide of trash that's turning into a tsunami. As the world's population grows, becomes more urbanized and developed, the amount of waste is set to triple by the year 2100. Every day, we'll produce enough trash to fill a line of trucks that stretches over 9,000 miles. From New York to Moscow and back again.
Look at the Earth, so many problems right now. I just wondering when one day we use everything, the treasure from the Earth, the oil, the water, the gold, the mine. One day we're gonna finish. We have to take care of it.
The trucks finally arrive in the freezing dark. A schoolyard has been chosen as home base. There is extra pressure on Arthur because Jackie will arrive in 2 days to check out how his money's been spent. The priority now is to assess and fix any damage. But the trucks are much longer than Arthur expected.
God, I forgot how big this thing is. 你这个整台的车头可以到这边，转直，然后再推出去。
对，我们肯定装不上。你要卸我前点，我也能给你卸了。卸完了以后，那我装不上，那就得雇吊车了，你们。
No one has eaten much, so everyone's cranky. So this is where everyone's kind of pissy right now.
你没有一定的角度，它肯定是倒不进去的。
I think it's going to take at least a couple hours and lots of fighting, I think. 在那边。
Arthur comes up with a plan to get the machines into the right position.
我们现在如果可以的话，转一个大圈，然后倒过来装上去，基本上就好了。怎么放进来都可以，对吧？是吧？应该是。
But the solution involves some delicate driving.
那整不了，黑一下午，这明天再白整吧。黑一下午到不了，到不那么准。
喂，什么意思？
现在这黑半宿半夜怪冷的还。
所以明天可以。
还饿的，完了你说现在就离这么高压，你可丁可卯往里倒。你啪一下碰倒了，谁要负起责任？
我的意思说，明天我们再来掉头，好不好？
好，
好不好？好，我们就是现在叫大家说好，我们今天都让他先回去。Everyone is quite sick and tired because of a high altitude sickness. We have a delay by 1 day, but hopefully tomorrow the driver is less cranky and everyone's cool off a little bit. 真的不好意思，
不是不好意思，这黑一下午到不了。
下面还有不少线。
我知道，了解。
There are more bad surprises in store for the Mini-Whiz team.
Oh, fuck. Everything is destroyed.
Destroy.
With the clock ticking down to Jackie's arrival. Not only is Jackie funding this project, but the original idea came from his anger at the waste his movie sets produce.
I'm making a film, like 600 people, sometimes 1,000 people. I make the movie called Dragon Blade. 2,000 boxes water, 24 bottle, 2,000 boxes, 5 days, gone.
Just the amount of trash that's being produced during that filming period, he was so angry that there's not a solution that can take all this stuff and compress it and turn that into something useful quickly on site.
We all have this kind of thought, how we can help, not the whole world. Let's help just my production. Let's help my film.
But this simple idea would lead to a 2-year mission to create the Trash Presso. It's the world's first ever solar-powered mobile recycling plant. A showcase for how trash can be turned into a valuable product on the spot. Less shipping of bulky plastics, less environmental impact.
The difficulty, actually, I would say, is miniaturizing. Miniaturizing to a level where it's still efficient, it's good enough for a community to process like a week of waste, for example.
It may have been difficult for Arthur, but Jackie took it in his stride.
For me, just talk. Arthur is difficult. I only know how to make movie. I said, look, Arthur, I have an idea. How can you move those kind of machine to the middle of the nowhere? Oh, let me think about it. Bye-bye. Then later on, I have an idea. We put those things in the car. We need a battery. Middle of the nowhere, how can you have a battery? Let me think about it. Ah, solar.
The Trash Presso is a huge industrial recycling plant, shrunk down to fit on the back of 2 trucks. Plastic goes in, it gets shredded, washed, and dried, and comes out as plastic flakes that are ready to be recycled. The flakes are then packed into molds. These are baked in an oven and come out 40 minutes later as designer building tiles. The whole process is solar-powered, 0 emissions, and closed loop, producing 0 waste. The water used to wash the plastic is filtered and reused over and over again. It's the circular economy in miniature and a new dawn in recycling. After 2 years of development, the Trash Presso is ready to be tested. But the difficulty of working at altitude is already taking its toll on the MiniWiz team.
I have to breathe. I'm sorry. I can't speak.
It's like a marathon, you know? I just move a little bit and I'm done. Looks fine. The thing is broken right now, but we have to take a closer look.
The trucks head out of the schoolyard to turn around. Engineer Enzo climbs inside to turn on the power.
Oh, fuck. Everything is destroyed.
Destroyed?
Like the metal bracket on the box. You know.
Fell off. The battery is broken. Ugh.
Heavy equipment has come loose during the journey, severing vital cables that allow the Trash Presso to be powered.
When you first see the carnage, I just breathe. Not much oxygen, though.
So right now we're trying to fix the short circuit. This is going to be fun because otherwise nothing moves. Lots of small things are broken. 我知道. These small things are not very small because these small things affects the machine's operations.
那根线断了，肯定是造成它
短路啊。
对对对，肯定不行了。那
对。
While Arthur deals with the small problems at the production module, Whit has discovered what is definitely a big problem.
We have a little bit of an issue here because this machine, which I think probably weighs about 2,000 pounds, seems to have come off of its mounting and crashed through the deck.
We were trying to be too smart, I guess. It's not robust enough for the road. All the precautions we didn't work. So that's the problem.
Jackie arrives in less than 24 hours. And the crew is struggling to even turn on the machine.
We're disappointed a little bit, but I cannot be the one who's disappointed. We have to keep going. We're always learning, and that's part of fun, is learning. But learning sometimes can be quite painful. That's what we are feeling right now.
The Trashpresso team have been frantically working on the problems, and there's finally some good news.
The electric wiring is fixed, so we have power on all the systems.
The trucks can be moved into position. And Trashpresso is revealed in its full glory.
All the solar works. Okay, then we can go work on the inside, and there's a lot of damage inside, so we also need to fix that too.
The team sets to work with the clock ticking down.
We always like doing this type of stuff. For us, it's really not a problem. If we have more time until Jackie gets here, we can do this all day. But the problem is we know Jackie's coming, so we better get our act together.
The team is making good progress. But Arthur is feeling the pace.
This is lunch, yeah. I think another part which we did not consider so much is a human problem. Because in high altitude, you really don't have too much oxygen. Now it's like, wow, I'm just like fainting. So, you want some cookies? Sometimes you really want to ask yourself, is it worth all this trouble to do all this testing your body, testing the machine, testing the technology? I personally think if you never take solution off the drawing board and you don't put it in a stress situation like what we are doing now, your technology never improves. Everything is just like yapping, which that's why I hate about all those green bullshit are out there. So that's why we're doing this.
As the afternoon wears on, one by one, each of the systems comes online.
There we go. So we're good?
A full run-through can now be conducted by Arthur's team.
I don't want to be not PG-13, but they are the shit. You guys saw when we opened the thing, it's completely disassembled. And then we put everything back. Lots of human ingenuity here.
As night falls, the temperature drops to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. The first batch of tiles goes into the oven, which seems to have become the place to be in Zaduo.
We're warming ourselves up. You can cook eggs up here.
It may take a long time. So normally it used to be like 2 hours, but because it's very cold today, it may be like 4 hours.
Everyone is praying for the tiles to come out so we can finally go home.
Most of the crew head off for a well-earned rest, but Enzo needs to stay until his tiles are ready.
I'll prepare my hammock. I'm gonna stay, yeah. I know.
The next day, the first tiles are coming off the production line. And just in time, crowds gather, and the guest of honor makes his entrance. The scarves are a traditional welcome. And Arthur welcomes Jackie with the news that not everything has gone to plan.
对，然后大概你看这后面基本上水管都要全部包起来，结冰了。
A lot of improve. There's so many problems we don't know. You know, the water get frozen, that you don't know. And the traveling, bouncing, breaking down all the things. I think doing, learning.
Time for a bit of decorating. Jackie and some of the kids begin tiling a wall with the Trash Presso's first batch. It's no accident that Jackie and Arthur have chosen a school as home base for the Trash Presso.
Because children, easy to learn. That's what we're here for.
A message from Jackie is the centerpiece of the wall.
爱世界，爱地球，love， 爱。I will do the best I can to teach people to redemption myself.
And Jackie doesn't seem to want to hang around. Redemption takes action.
How can we help you?
We need more bottles. We need a lot more bottles.
Don't worry, I have a lot of children. I'm the leader.
The Trash Presso may be working, but Arthur will have little time to enjoy it because Jackie is about to up the stakes with a brand new challenge.
Wow.
You say it, do it.
In the schoolyard at Zaduo, Arthur is ready to reveal the key purpose of the Trash Presso as a captivating educational tool.
The real purpose is definitely about education. We have to educate how valuable these materials are.
各位同学，大家好。你们看到这张椅子，上面这完全这个材料都是用这一台机器所拉出来的保特瓶所做出来这些碎片做出来的。Hopefully they will be inspired by what these plastic pollution today can become the new solution for future. 所以这些材料其实是非常珍贵的，我们不能把它随意乱丢的。
The MiniWiz team is getting the kids to help with one complete process. That's also a demonstration of the circular economy.
You want to demonstrate that whole concept in people's eyes within 40 minutes. Almost like a show. People see the whole circular economy in their face. And I think that points to a much more tangible future.
First, Ben and Peggy show the kids how to separate the different kinds of plastic.
是整个塑料瓶都可以用吗？还是用？那你觉得是哪一个？是这个做的，对不对？所以呢，我们要丢到机器之前呢，要把它们全部分开。
Next, the kids put the plastic into the shredder with a little help from Whit. The shredded plastic is automatically washed and dried using a closed-loop process.
它到了烘干机以后，那个有东西出来了嘛？有。它从另一头出来的，就是这些碎片。
In just a few seconds, waste plastic has been turned into a commodity that can be made into a multitude of other plastic products.
一般的工厂，它可以拿去贩卖，做成再生材料。
Chief Technology Officer and MiniWiz co-founder Jarvis Liu helps the kids put the shredded plastic into the molds. Next, the molds go into the oven.
How long do we have to wait?
Let me check. I think it's ready.
Okay, 他们要把从那个烤箱拿出来了。Okay, it's good.
These tiles can be used for walls or floors, interior or exterior, or be recycled into other plastic products. Almost like a plastic bullion.
I also want to explain to the kids that in order for you to take care of the trash, you have to be studying physics, studying structure, understanding how these things are put together. If you're not good at math, maybe you can study design, because the design, all these patterns needs to have a new look.
I like to see all the children really happy to learn more, and especially to have like a clear idea about like what recycling is now. They seem all so exciting by everything. It gives me a lot of energy.
Their enthusiasm when they see the future can be so different than what people expect. That moment of eureka, it meant really 1,000 words for me.
The punishing environment of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau is not the only reason trash presso is being tested here. Zaduo lies within the famous Three Rivers area, the source of the great Yangtze, Yellow, and Mekong rivers.
When we start this project, what should we go to? What should we start? Why here? Because the river come to here.
This small river is known in China as the Langsang. It is the headwater of the mighty Mekong. It will travel over 2,500 miles, pass through 6 countries, and supply fresh water to tens of millions of people.
You ruin those kind of water, the people down there, they're drinking a poison.
That's why Jackie's leading a trash cleanup of the riverbed in the sacred Waligo Valley. But in the shadow of the mountain, the temperature is well below freezing.
5、6、7、10下，1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10，好，这样子。还再来一次，20下，1、2、3，1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10，1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10，好，好，现在我们一起去捡垃圾，好不好？好。转身，走。
This small remote stream feeds the Mekong River. That even here, the trash problem is evident.
小心啊，你们小心，安全啊！可以捡起来就捡，捡不起来就别动了，伤到手。
Like water, trash also flows from higher ground, eventually collecting in the river valleys to be swept downstream.
你们把这些塑胶瓶子捡了，等一下我们可以把它磨碎了，可以重用，知道吗？知道，好。
But this is not just a fun day out with a celebrity. Jackie is well aware of the power of his influence.
They treat me as like a role model. Whatever I do, they follow what I'm doing. I'm already frozen. 推我的手。I believe they will never forget today. They have the whole life good memory. 你们觉得捡这个垃圾有没有意思？有意思。为什么要捡垃圾？对，保护环境，干净，因为这个地方是你们的。If we ruin the water here, we ruin the river down there. So education to children is very important because children is the future. 加油，走。
In just a few minutes, the kids have collected plenty of plastic to feed the hungry trash presso. And Jackie's army can begin the march home.
1、2、3。 I think green hero is not just one. Beautiful, huh? Arthur just represent all the people. You gotta have somebody who is the green hero. Like today, we pick up the trash. Nobody remember who's the children's name. They only remember Jackie picked up the trash this morning, not me. It's all the children. So that's what we want. Use my fame, Arthur's image frames to help split out all the message to the world. Everybody is a green hero, and we do need so many green heroes in the world right now.
Jackie decides it's time for a trip and to show Arthur what it really takes to be a green hero.
We should go up to pick up the trash.
All the way at the top.
Yeah.
There's a horse.
Oh, that's a horse.
Wow. It's a ma.
Oh,
It's in the middle of the road.
Who's sleeping? I want to start a farm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The farm is about 驼羊, 羊驼.
Oh, okay.
What's that called? Alpaca.
What's alpaca?
You never see alpaca?
No.
Oh my God. What kind of person you are?
What?
The most cute animal. Alpaca, fun.
Oh, there's a spot to park.
Yeah, let's stop the car to take a look. Wow, look at the view, huh?
Wow, look at the mountains, so tall.
Yeah.
But this is not just sightseeing. It seems Jackie has some big news to break to Arthur.
Actually, the trash espresso, what? How's the
Trash espresso.
trash espresso? No, that's the place she's supposed to be. You know, right next to the river.
So, Jackie, are you saying we should move it here?
Yes, that's the challenge. If we can put the trash espresso here, we can put anywhere around the world. Even over the mountain. I'm serious, really.
You know, we just fixed.
We are not challenging ourselves. A lot of people challenge us.
That's true.
What you can't put it here, you can put it there.
Okay. No, I mean, you're right. You're right. It's all about action, right? We gotta take action, and this is what we are designing the machine for.
Let's go then.
Really?
Yeah.
You go move the trash espresso?
No, yes.
Wow.
We say it, do it. Don't think.
Okay.
The trash presso is hitting the road, risking it all to prove that it can operate in the most remote locations. But it will all mean nothing if the machine does not actually serve the needs of the local area. The county of Zaduo is still mostly populated by members of China's ethnic minorities. A rich and ancient culture that is in the throes of change. Traditional yak herding is being replaced by towns and consumerism. The explosion of tourism here has also had terrible effects on the precious countryside. But Zaduo seems to be turning its trash problem around. To find out how technology can help, Arthur's visiting the local recycling center.
First of all, the site is just beautiful. It's actually even more higher than 4,000 meters there. In a beautiful valley.
The operation is overseen by local government official Ni Bang.
我们可不可以，如果不能回收的地方，要放到哪里？
那个进行填埋，30%的应该说是在这边已经分类以后回收掉了。
哦。
焚烧厂应该是30%，然后剩余的40在那边填埋。
哦 ，OK。
30% is similar to some Western countries like Spain and Finland.
Wow, where did that culture come from? That's my first shock.
Many suspect that the local culture is particularly receptive to the idea of recycling. So Jackie is investigating on a trash cleanup.
这些就可以做那个砖回收呢。
Local official Angwen Xingyu is looking after him, but it seems they've picked a bad spot for trash.
很干净，很好。但是我们带那个机器就没有用了，我们需要很多胶瓶，对，把它打烂，打烂完了重做。
Angwen is keen to introduce some young green heroes. They have been running their own garbage collections.
就这3个小孩子嘛，年龄特别小，但是他们从小就知道一定要保护环境，确保氧气相当。像这些东西，他们一直就是在他们的心里。
Nobody teach them. They just do it. They automatic. That's something. I hope the children around the world can learn from this young kid.
They have the traditional teaching and the fear of nature. So for them to have something can be kept and saved and reincarnated is such an important cultural value.
他们都会懂一些就是比较相依相生的这样的道理他就觉得环境如果受了污染的话，那我们自身也会完蛋，所以说一定就是相依相生的，一切都是相依相生的。
New technology might be able to plug straight into this ancient culture.
With Trashpresso and with new technology that's coming in, they can even use those materials locally for a new industry.
如果说是有机器的话，全部就加工分类，然后就是成品出来的话，那个才是最好。
基本的器皿其实蛮需要的，对不对？
对。
就是锅碗瓢盆。
对。如果说是能加工成带民族特色的那种，
对。
加工成那种的话，这边销路也可能好。
对。
I really hope start from here. Later on, the whole world, every city, every small area, middle of nowhere, have those kind of machine. Then we train the local people how to run the machine. That's what we're here for.
Perhaps with a little help, this small remote area might turn into a model for the future of recycling across the globe. The Trashpresso is arriving at its final destination.
Thanks, Jackie, that you're pushing us to the limit because this is out in the middle of nowhere. So there's no building, no electricity at all.
Not only is there the risk of further damage from the traveling, but the new location is colder, windier, and even higher than in the town.
So if anything goes wrong, it's a serious problem. So I hope nothing goes wrong.
So there will be a good test for the trash potato. Huh? What's that say?
Trash potato?
Trash Presso. Why is so difficult? Trash car.
Okay, fine, it's a trash car. But I mean, it has to sound cooler than trash car.
Easier.
Yes.
Hold on.
With the trash car in position, it's time to open up and see what new damage has been done during transport.
Okay, let's open it.
Will the repairs hold, or will the team be back to square one? It's the moment of truth for the Trashpresso. Will it work in the middle of nowhere? The solar panels successfully unfurl. Now for the real test. Is it generating electricity?
It's charging. So the battery is working.
But the machine still needs to be completely checked.
We gotta do some shredding.
the team sets about putting Trash Presso through its paces. And Whit sets to work on some minor repairs with a new apprentice.
Easy. Piece of cake.
We'll put it in the oven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
After all the problems and all the work, the last tray goes into the oven. Even with the sun out, the air temperature is below freezing.
How is it?
We lost 30 degrees.
We lost 30 degrees?
Yeah.
But it's okay. The sun's still strong.
We can still cook. Yeah.
All that's left to do is wait for the tiles to cook and the proof that Trash Presso can operate in the harshest conditions. And some local help has arrived to celebrate the end of the trip.
We're having a little celebration. It's quite sad. It's a beautiful farewell, I would say.
Meanwhile, Jackie is getting into character.
Just did it!
The dance is actually quite hard because the music gets faster and faster and faster. He started to learn the steps and then they start going double time, triple time.
It's clearly too much for some of the team.
I think it has been a success, especially for our team. Jackie put us on a very tough task, and I think our team really pulled everything together. The ingenuity, the last-minute fixing, improvisations. I'm just so proud of him.
The final proof of the Trash Presso's success. The last batch of tiles is pulled from the oven. It's the end of a long mission for Arthur and the Trash Presso.
It's almost going to put tears in our eyes. We did design a decent machine that's able to work at one of the coldest places on earth. I am really thankful for the local community, very thankful for Jackie for sponsoring this, and of course, our team. The first test is done, but we have a lot more improvement that we need to take back to our lab and redevelop the machine. So this is not the end, but the beginning of turning trash into something valuable.
But for Jackie, the success of Trash Presso is even more personal.
They helped me a redemption, and I will continue to make myself a redemption to the world, to people, the children. When I was young, I'm naughty boy. I do a lot of bad things. Today, redemption. Yes, God help me. You help me. The whole world help me. Big company help, not help me. Help the world. Help you too. Thank you.